Yo, what is up, everyone? We are back with episode number 3 of the deep dive, and it's Hump Day. Appreciate y'all coming in. We got my man Lion again beside us. We're really digging into the show. We will have an episode coming out tomorrow. You'll be able to catch up with episode 2 on YouTube. We're working on that. This is a process. But we are in the middle of the week with some new news coming out. I mean, a lot of stuff happening in the NFL. Got some name changes happening with some stadiums, which is kind of crazy. Didn't think that was coming, but you know, it's the world. So how are you today, man? How is everything on your Wednesday, the Hump Day Wednesday? Let me get your vibes, bro.
Being that, I am, y'all see it. I am in it today. I am in the red and gold today. I had to go find my jersey tucked away under the rock, right where it was. I had to go get it. But I'm here. We here today. We got breath in my body. We ready to talk about these topics because we finna go in. Y'all already know. It's the deep dive, baby. You here. We finna make it happen. Let's get it.
So you're gonna tell me I'm right? Am I gonna get to hear that I was right on this call? On Monday night, this man went against his team, and then I was like, nah, they're gonna win. He was like, I don't know. And then we had to break out. We broke out a little MC Hammer, and we prayed to make it today. And they won. They didn't win. They literally whooped that. You know what? They put it on those boys.
The thing was, man,
gotta have faith sometimes.
You was right, man. I'm gonna give you that one. But I just couldn't see it, man. Again, watching games Sunday after Sunday with the disappointment that I've been having, right. I just could not see that happening. Not with the way the Rams were going about things, bringing in Von Miller, OBJ, like all of this stuff. But then when they lost Woods, I had a little inkling of maybe we'll win this. And then I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. To me, it's just I seen the way Stafford's been playing when pressure's coming, and you guys were after it. It was I knew it. Like as soon as I seen it, I was like, he's over there. He answering the phone. He answered his text message. He already knew what was coming.
Oh, man, it was crazy. I was holding my breath the whole game, though.
With nothing to hold your breath about, they put a 30. What was it? 31 was the final? 31-7? I think that was the final. I turned it off after I seen 31 up. I was like, oof.
Listen,
put it on these boys.
That's how confident I am with this team. I'm not confident. That's the problem. And I was thinking maybe they could come back. I don't care if it's 2 minutes on the clock. Maybe they'll come back.
Right. So getting into our first topic here, we're getting into can take the Panthers to the playoffs. Let me hear it because you're from down there, so I need to hear this.
Listen, man. I mean, the buzz is still crazy. Here in the city right now. I mean, I honestly, I'm kind of happy for them. And that's hard for me to say because, again, I don't like the Panthers, man.
Right.
I can't stand anything about it. Like, I hear it entirely too much every single day. I mean, at least 6 or 7 hours out of a day, I'm getting calls from somebody or I'm talking to somebody about the Panthers, but the buzz is still crazy. I mean, from what he has done and what we seen, the performance we seen on Sunday, yeah, it was limited, but I mean, just the way the team is, the morale is around him, man. That's a thing that you really have to pay attention to because these guys, they obviously wasn't rallying around Sam Darnold. I mean, they weren't doing it. They were like, huh? What? You want us to rally around this guy who's not even trying to help us? But you bring Cam back, a guy that, like I said, the city, fans, everybody was excited about. And so now you start to, I think you're going to see this team turn the table a little bit. Are they a playoff contending team still? I don't know. That's gonna determine whether they can get the ground game going with CMC. You got Robbie Coleman, he's gonna have to like really play big. These receivers and Cam's gonna have to get in the flow of the offense and really get that offense down pack. Again, will we see Cam throw 15 yards and complete passes? I don't know. I mean, he threw short. If he throws short without them being bullets and everybody off their hands, and he's got some touch in his throw, they may be on their way. Because again, the NFC South, who you all you looking at is Tampa Bay right now, right?
Right.
You're looking at Tampa Bay. You know, Tampa Bay is gonna do their thing. You got the Saints over there who's struggling now. So Atlanta, boo boo. Yeah, I said it, boo boo. I mean,
Boo boo is
got
that?
a
Is,
shot.
I don't know if that's even the word, bro. Down in Atlanta, like they need to go hide or something. Like I don't know, man. That's a mess down there.
It's terrible. It's terrible, man. But I mean, we got to see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know. I'm anxious to see what's gonna happen. I'll be definitely tuning in more than I have been. So I
Right.
ain't gonna tell nobody else that here, but I am.
But yeah, I mean, to me, I gotta see more. Like that was just one game, a lot of hype. Like you know what I mean. Like so, everybody's riding a high at that time when he comes back. I gotta see more out of it because I mean, like he was productive. It wasn't a lot of production, but it was productive. It was 2 touchdowns. That's 14. That's what 12 points, and you get your field goals. That's 14. So
Right.
I mean, any type of production is good production, but like you said, it's one of those things like the morale. Like I've been talking about the morale that this dude brought in. I don't know where it came from, but like soon as he came back, it was like these dudes just like lifted. It was like they hit the church on a Sunday morning, and the spirits lifted them, and they came to play football. And it was like
Again.
it was another game, man. Like it was just another game.
Hey man, in the press conference, he quoted it. What did he say? It's like Jesus and Moses in the desert. Where was they at? You know what I'm saying? Which is the corniest thing I've ever heard. But hey, Cam is back, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cam Newton. I don't know if anything surprises us anymore with this man, or what comes out of his mouth surprises us. Like what hairdo is next. I mean, he's looking like one of the Island Boys right now. They had a meme out. I don't know if you caught it, but they had him and Robbie Coleman because they got their hair all up like this, like that little new song that's on TikTok. Them boy, and I was done. I was like, "Yep, here we go." We're gonna see Cam and them use that song. Watch, I promise you. I watched them two use this song. But like I said, like you have it. I mean, I think you hit the head on the top of the nail right here with this, because you get all those guys moving in the right direction. You get those guys moving in a positive direction. You now the team's lifted. They came back. Got a dub on the first game. They got a big dub. Like they put up points, which is huge because they haven't been putting up that. And you get those guys riding this wave. It could be dangerous this late in the season. Everybody's healthy.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you have all your top stars healthy on the team, so I think that's a huge thing is that these guys are all healthy, and like that's like it's like a bye weekend franchise in Madden. you take the rest, you come back with the 7+ morale boost. This dude came in and gave you a 15. He gave you a plus 15, and that's huge. That's that leadership. Like it's a leadership that he holds. He has a certain hold down in Carolina that it was the best move. Like it was literally the best move he could have made. And I think it's kind of dope. Like to see, like it's a weird story with Cam, man. It is a weird story. They didn't want him.
Yeah.
They brought him back. So maybe we got a little bit of media play in it that they didn't want him, and it was a bad thing there. Because usually it's like that. If it's a bad, you're not going back. They're not going to bring you back. So maybe it was the Rivera thing that we don't know about. Like we know there's something that lies between these two because Rivera didn't bring him into Washington, and now you have this little thing that we thought that they didn't want him in Carolina.
I mean,
So I'm thinking maybe it was Rivera that didn't want him in Carolina.
I mean, we obviously know that Matt Rule's a different type of coach. So I mean, you look at the style of offenses he's playing versus what Rivera played.
Right.
I mean,
I think it fits
Rule-
Cam more.
Yeah, 100%. And Rule is the type of no nonsense coach too that's not gonna have all that crazy hoopla and stuff. So, but I really do believe that this is Cam's shot to absolutely turn it around. Like you've already seen what could potentially happen to you, man. Like you can be X'd out of the league at any time.
Right.
Like no one wants to pick you up. So now let's turn the tide. Let's do what's right. Let's get on the field. Let's make that Cam Newton come back that everybody loved when he first came into the league. So let's do that. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. And I think he may actually see that. Hey, look, nobody was trying to sign me, so
Right.
I think this may play a point. Like, hey, I gotta readjust this. I have to play. Like, I have to play. I gotta keep my. Hopefully, he has it in his mind that I gotta keep the nonsense to a minimum. Have fun,
Right.
get your Superman on, whatever you do,
Right.
but keep the antics out of the game and play football. And I think hopefully he's at that point in his career and he caught that. Like, if the Patriots let you go, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, you got replaced by a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But Belichick did come on. I mean, I did read something where Belichick was saying that he absolutely was happy to see him back in the league. I don't know how much happy that was, but he was actually happy to see him come back. So I mean, again, like I said, it's to be determined. I think it all draws that goes down to what Cam is going to do.
right,
If
100%.
Cam's going to act right, he'll be good to go.
And then getting into the next topic, it's gonna be, did OBJ pick the wrong team? I'm gonna let you start it.
Well, I mean, he picked the wrong team Monday. He picked the wrong team Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
Again,
2 for 18.
I don't care what no one says. I don't care. Like, I mean, granted, yes, I was optimistic about this game going into it or whatever, but I mean, you got to look at it. You got to look at the facts here. Niners always play them hard. We won the last 4 meetings against them. So you had to know that this particular game, you're going to go up against some dogs. I mean, the fans, we kind of didn't, but we did. But at this point, you know, I think what OBJ has got to do is he's going to have to settle in. He's got to settle into the offense. I think it was rumors, like people were making up rumors that he was already trying to get a trade or whatever. But I'm like, I don't think it works that easy, bro. So at this point, like, he has to get settled into that offense. Yeah, he had a couple plays, and Matthew Stafford, I don't know what he was thinking when he threw the post route and OBJ was nowhere to be found and he threw it straight to the defense. But he has to get settled into that offense, get into the flow. And once he gets into that flow, I think he'll start to understand his role and what it means. Like, they literally had to go to the rookie wide receiver out of Notre Dame most of the time because it was easy. Lock up Cooper Kupp. You ain't got to worry about OBJ because he don't know the plays, and that's it, you know? So once he gets settled in, I think it'll be a big – I think he'll change his mind. But as far as the Rams play, who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
I mean, I seen a couple pictures, man. OBJ had that look, bro. Like, he was like, damn, like, this is like, I thought I was getting the upgrade from Baker Mayfield, and I didn't. He's like, and that's where this is where this question popped in my head. I was like, did he make the right choice? Like, what is this man thinking? Because I'm seeing him on the sideline. I mean, he was mean mugging Stafford hard, and I'm like, man, I wonder if he's like, I should have took that minimum up there with Aaron Rodgers and made a day out of it.
But the Rams have been exposed, man. They were exposed the week before.
I think they are exposed.
They were exposed the week before, so their weaknesses are definitely showing. And what all the Niners did was come into the same game with the same mindset as the Tennessee Titans did, and that's attack Matthew Stafford, get him off his rocker. Once you get him off his rocker, he's gonna do something crazy. And you've seen the same style of play. Like, there was a pick in Tennessee where he threw it straight to the defender.
Right.
Okay, the pick to the flat to Jimmy Ward, like. You literally had to see that there was 3 defenders out there, man. Why would you even throw that ball?
He just wings it. It seems like the big thing is like, and a lot of teams are going to pick this up as you're talking, is that pressure, he can't handle it. He literally doesn't look where he throws the ball. He's just, see you. But with OBJ, I think you got a little bit to it, but this is it's can OBJ stay out of his way here and let himself learn the system and understand the system before he starts getting a little crazy. And I don't believe he can. The way he looked on the sideline, it was already like, oh, okay, here comes the drama. Like it felt like he was already putting pressure on Matthew Stafford. Hey, look, get me the ball, bro. Like I need the ball. Like you got to get it to me. But that didn't happen. He was 2 for 18.
Right. And that's crazy. But here's the thing. They got a bye week this week, right? So they got bye week this week coming up. So he has time to actually get out there and see what the plays are going to be, actually gel with the offense and make the time work. Because when you come back, you got to go to Green Bay. You got to go to Green Bay and
The
play
team you
Packers.
didn't
And
choose.
we already know that at this point in time in the season,
Right.
when you going to Green Bay,
They're throwing
it's
you in
cold.
trouble.
It's cold, baby. Oh, it's cold, and you got to be able to function. You got to have the hands of steel in order to get that ball caught.
Yep.
So, and then not only that, you starting to see Green Bay. Some of the team is rallying around Aaron Rodgers right now, which I don't get, but at the same time,
I'm with you, bro. That's a
This
weird
could be a
situation
problem.
up there, man.
It could be a problem. So
Yeah.
he has to really take this week. This bye, they really got to go into this bye week, and they got to really focus on getting that offense flowing with the receivers that they have. Okay, Woods is gone, so we'll take him out of the equation. We got to get OBJ in here. We got to get Cooper Kupp. We got to get Higbee more involved in the game. We can't just be throwing it to Tyler Higbee inside the 20. Like, come on, man. You gotta get to that tight end more. You got the weapons. You got to use them. And Henderson, he's not going to give you the yards that Cam Akers is giving you, but still, he's a workhorse.
Right.
He's going to give you something. So you'll be able to spread the ball around evenly. They got to work it out like that.
Right. And like I said, we're gonna see how long OBJ stay. Hopefully, I hope for this man that he stays out of his way, because I don't see too many teams actually going after him if he has some kind of like little kid blowout. Like a lot of people aren't going to touch him. They don't want the drama. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I think that's the key here is how long he can stay out of his own way and keep his mouth shut and just try to play the game and understand. Hey, look, that was my first game. You weren't ready completely. You had enough reps to know some of the plays and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he can catch that understanding as a pro NFL football player, man. We know how it goes sometimes. These guys, they don't. So, right. I mean, we'll see what happens in that situation.
Hey, it's like I said, everything is to be determined with OBJ right now.
Right.
I mean, I know there's hype around it. I know there's so much hype around the people. Like the people in LA, they didn't think they would see this. Like, I mean, they didn't think they'd see this. But if you read the headlines, they were not prepared for OBJ to really be in the game. All they wanted him to do was return punts. That was it. So it kind of got thrown in the fire. But again, this bye week is going to show. This bye week is going to show what kind of offense they can put together coming out of it. Because again, going into Green Bay in this tundra,
right? It's cold.
Not good. Not good. Not good at all.
And then our next topic here is Mac Jones real? Is he for real, boys? I've been riding Mac Jones since he was in the draft. Like people doubted this kid. This kid was doubted in the draft. Hard.
I just want to go on the record and say I didn't. I wanted him. I'm not even gonna lie.
Look,
I'm one of the faithful that wanted him besides Trey Lance. I'm sorry.
These are the guys I like, though. These are the ones I like. The ones that get doubted. Because these are the ones that come in and put that work in and the effort in and they don't have all that pressure of, oh, you're number 1 pick, you're number 2 pick, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm a 22-year-old kid, bro. Like, relax. Like, so Mac Jones, this man, like I said at the beginning, like people all like they're like, nah, he's not gonna be good. He's not gonna be good. I'm like, bro, look, I watched him in preseason. I tried to watch every New England game in preseason, and I got to watch him. I believe, they played him. They played Washington in preseason, and Mac Jones ate us alive.
Right.
So I was looking at just the way he was setting his feet, the way he was throwing the ball, the way he wasn't forcing things. And I was like, yo, he's going to be good. Let him get his feet wet in this league and understand what's going on, understand the offense more. And you're going to see somebody that may replicate. I'm not going to say he's going to be Tom Brady, but he's got the Tom Brady tangibles of how he throws the ball and all that. Plus, he has that little factor that Tom didn't have, and he can run.
Right.
So this guy, I forget what it was, but he threw for crazy numbers this past weekend. I think it was like 300 and some yards and some dumb touchdowns. I might be wrong on that, but I know it was really.
No, he had 198. He had 198 on Sunday. He had 3 touchdowns.
That's what it was. It was the 3 touchdowns were high.
That's not bad.
But again, great.
What people are not really taking in consideration when it comes to Mac Jones, man, you got to look at it like this. When they had the team workouts, when they were doing the workouts and all of that stuff, and I followed this really, really closely because, again, I was one of the faithful fans that was looking more towards Mac Jones than Trey Lance. Right. I mean, knowing that the style of offense that we run now in San Francisco is not Trey Lance style offense. But if you really go back and you look at those workouts, man, Mac Jones was probably one of the best quarterbacks out of that because I don't know who else it was, but he had the deep ball. He was able to throw the deep ball. He was making the throws that a lot of the teams were looking at. And I know for sure when Belichick seen it, just going back to watching that on the TV and seeing how it was, Belichick was sold.
Right.
He's like, that's all I need right there.
He's like, I got another Tom.
Right. So you gotta look at it from that standpoint. Like, I mean, when you looking for a young quarterback like in Mac Jones and Trevor, whatever dude name is, I forgot his name. Pretty boy.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Down in the Jaguar country.
You look at these quarterbacks, man, coming into the league. You got to know, man, if they're able to throw that ball long, they can do work. They can actually do something, man. Mm-hmm. They can actually make some plays, especially if you got some receivers around them that can make a couple plays or so. And that, being that New England, that's what they're doing. That's what they're going to do.
I mean, I really think he's super intelligent though, too. Like you don't see, I mean, he every so often you see he has a bad play, but majority of the time, man, he's not forcing nothing. He's making just smart reads, and that's what I was watching. Like when I was just watching, right. I'm like, man, he's really not forcing nothing. He's checking down already. And at a young quarterback, those are like the tangibles that you don't always see unless they're a good quarterback. Like they get the game and they understand it. Like you'll see guys come in and they'll force things. They're not checking down, and it's a learning experience for some quarterbacks, but this is how you know he's a good quarterback is that he's doing these things super early in his career. And he's really grabbed the offense in New England, and I think you're really starting to see him come to. He's comfortable. He's playing good ball for himself and the team. And like you touch on some of these other guys, like you have Fields was supposed to be stud. You had your guys out on your quarterback. He was supposed to be crazy good,
right?
And then Lawrence, I said this. I've stood by this since I watched this kid play in preseason and stuff. I said this dude's gonna bust. I don't think he's gonna be a good quarterback. I mean, it sucks to have to say that because these kids work so hard to get there, but when it comes to the NFL, that's how the business is, and you're seeing it. You're seeing who was really the number one quarterback. And I believe Mac Jones was the number one quarterback coming out of the draft.
Right. I wholeheartedly agree with that because at the same time, I mean, watching Trevor Lawrence, man, I watched a number of Clemson games, man. I probably watched more than I did my Notre Dame Fighting Irish games.
Right.
And to know that Trevor Lawrence, the way that he played at Clemson, he had weapons around him, but also he had a line in front of him that enabled him to run the ball the way that he did. Now, when you see him try to scramble now, he's meeting those guys that are bigger, that are faster, the linemen that are the same speed as you. So you can't do what you done at Clemson. I mean, you have to stand back there in order to let that ball go. I mean, granted, the situation he's in Jacksonville is not a good one, but it's showing that now you really have to study the game. You really have to dig deep and know what kind of weapons you have around you and know how to command the offense. With under Urban Myers, is that a good situation?
Nope.
I don't think so. Urban Myers he's living his best life, but that's a whole nother topic, you know.
Yeah.
so, but I mean, I really do. I agree with you on that for sure. You know that he was one of the best coming out of that. Him and Fields was my top two picks. My top two picks, to be honest. Um, not even Trey in the top two, but at the same time, him and Fields definitely was top
Right,
two.
and I think this goes a long way too to the college team. I think if I correctly, I might be wrong, but I believe he played in a more pro style offense. Mac Jones did than most of these other guys like Trevor Lawrence. I know Clemson doesn't play in a pro style offense. They play college football.
Listen, man, playing at Alabama, Mac Jones played on a pro team. What do
Right.
you mean? Dude?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
this is-
But that's what I'm
that's
saying.
what I'm
He's that's why I feel is these guys like these teams that play these pro style offenses. I think it sets these quarterbacks up better because, like you're saying, he had a line in front of him. He had everything that he could possibly have to have a good, be able to run the ball like he wants to, not have to stand back there and throw the ball. And that's where I always say, I was like, look, y'all out here blowing these guys up. They don't play guys, linebackers that are that fast all day long. Like you're getting on a team where all the linebackers move at least 4 or 5 speed.
Absolutely.
And your linemen are big old gorillas just waiting to eat you, bro. Like they don't care if they hurt you. They're coming through the line to destroy, bro. Like that's their job. But you don't get that in college unless you facing like an Alabama every game. You facing these bigger D1 schools that have every 5-star athlete you can get in the country. And
I mean, he only met Alabama once a year.
So
that's really not enough. That's really not enough of time for him to get himself together.
Right. And I think that's what I think a lot of these colleges need to start gearing these guys towards, like start playing different offenses and putting it in place so you really get to see what these guys do.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that goes back to what I've been saying a lot lately as that we need to extend those playoffs. We need to see some of them play some of these smaller schools. They run some of those style of offenses that you don't get to see.
Right.
Let's see it. Let's get to it. You know, so hey, I mean, again, Mac Jones is the best candidate coming out of that draft. Period. 100%. And it shows. It shows.
So I'm gonna say he's real, man. I'm gonna say he's real, and it's not hype.
100%. 100%. 4-game winning streak with these guys. Oh yeah, it's real. It's so real.
We're gonna head back. We're gonna head back to Los Angeles to the Rams. Are the Rams hitting a wall right now? I'm gonna let you start this one.
I'll put it like this, and this is not going to defend them in any kind of way or anything like, you know, whatever. But for me, being a team like the Rams right now, like I said, bringing in everybody that they brought in and doing what they're trying to build what they're trying to build, they're definitely hitting the wall. Is that a good thing? Yes. Yes and no. I mean, your team has to gel, but for me, it is a good thing because you want to lose now. Being that we do have extra weeks in the schedule on the schedule this year in NFL, that's going to help you get your team together. But also in the same time, you lose now, you don't want to lose later. We've seen that happen to numerous amount of teams in the NFL, man, over the years.
They get on that hot running and they hit the playoffs and cool off.
Yeah. You get to that playoffs, man, playoff ball is totally different. Playoff ball is totally different. You want to lose now and you do not want to lose later. So if they're definitely hitting the wall right now, but they need to bust through that wall. And when they come through that wall, they need to come through that wall swinging. If they don't come through the wall swinging, it's going to be a bad year for them. Bad year for them.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's got to be a morale bust right here. Like you bring in OBJ, you bring in Von Miller, and you go 0-2. I mean, it's gotta hit the morale a little bit here. I think it's gotta I think they gotta. They're like questioning themselves. Hey, did we make the right moves? Did we mess up by bringing these guys in so late in the season?
Hmm.
Uh, but like you lost your top receiver. Matthew Stafford's definitely not comfortable. The line is letting up a lot. They're letting up a lot. Like Tennessee was, and Matthew, I can forget. There was a percentage, and it was wild how deep he was. That he got hit so many times. How much pressure he had on him, and that was
Hmm.
what we talked about. I guess what I said. I was like, if the Niners can get in there and put pressure on this man, he can't handle it for some reason. Like he's been in the league. I think what now 15 years, something like that. And this man
Yeah.
still can't handle pressure. Like he's doing rookie things like with the ball. Like he gets
He,
pressure, he's just lofting the ball. Like he just
he
throwing it.
played in Detroit for Christ's sakes. Come on, man. You gotta.
Bro,
he.
this ain't Detroit though. This is the line. This is the Ram with a good offense and a great defense.
I mean, all he sees is silver helmet still, bro. He don't he don't know what it he don't even know that he's in LA. He don't even know that he has good receivers around him.
Right.
The bad as the Texans beat on him, they beat him back to Detroit, throwing crazy again. That's exactly what they did. So, I mean, granted, it's working out for teams like us, but
Right.
still, you gotta shake it off, man. You gotta really realize that you have a legitimate shot to win a title this year. You
Right.
have a legitimate shot. I mean, being the number 2 team in the NFC West, like, come on, man, that is a legitimate shot. There was numerous amount of times that my Niners was number 2 team, and we still had a shot.
Right.
But if you can gel with these pieces that you have, again, losing Woods was definitely a hurt to them.
Right.
Losing Woods was definitely a hurt to them. But you hit the wall, come through the wall swinging, and get out there and get what you want. I, I still, like I said, if you don't come through that wall swinging, it's not gonna work.
Like
It's not gonna work.
you were saying earlier, I think this is where the bye week is going to be huge. They
Yeah.
can get OBJ on track. OBJ knows the plays, knows the routes, got the terminology down. I mean, it's always hard. You come from a different team. Their terminology is different. You barely. I don't even know if he had even a full week to prepare. So you don't know terminology that great. You don't know the plays that great. You don't know I mean, you're a receiver, so you know your routes, but at the same time, it's knowing, hey, look, he just called this play. What route is this? You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and
Right.
I think right here, like they're saying they hit that they're hitting the wall for depth for sure right now, and it's definitely one of those things. You get that out the way, you rebound after this bye week, which they have everything in front of them to rebound it and go. Now, my question is McVay questioning himself bringing in Matthew Stafford? I mean, is he questioning himself right now? Hey, like, what is this guy doing? Should I stay? Should I kept Jared Goff around a little bit longer,
Nah,
or or
definitely.
what?
I mean, granted, Matthew Stafford is the better option right now. I mean, look at them; they're 7-3. They're
Right,
7-3. I mean, like I said, going back to the game on Monday, they really weren't in their style of offense. Because again, you got OBJ out on the field, which is now making you in turn get in the huddle when that's not what Sean McVay likes to do.
he
He
likes to
likes to
move.
call a play from the line,
Right,
control the tempo of the game, and run it that way. He could not do that. So it was a huge adjustment. Yeah, I'm not, again, not throwing excuses for them, but you still have to take that in consideration and as to what's kind of going on with them. But like, again, the bye week is going to be huge. How are they going to how are they going to come out of this bye week is the thing. Are you going to come out of that bye week, bust through the wall, swinging, man? You got to. You just have to. Because again, looking at their schedule, man, you got Green Bay. You go to Jacksonville, that's a possible win. But then you got to go to Arizona, who potentially will have DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray back by then. I'm
right,
not sure the extent of their injuries, but then you got Seahawks, you got the Vikings who's playing really good, you got Baltimore, and then you got to come. We're coming to LA to play you. We want to make it 6 in a row.
right.
So that's going to be a dogfight. You got to come out of there swinging, man. You have no choice. You have no choice.
Now, if they come off this bye and they get smacked again, are they done?
I really do think they probably will be. That's gonna kill them around 100%. I mean, you got to look at it. Playing a team like Green Bay, that's not an easy task.
Right.
But if you get smacked again, if you can't put up more than 20 points in that game, that's gonna be a huge, huge issue.
Right.
Huge issue. Shoot, they very well may lose that game to Green Bay. Go to, Jacksonville come into LA and beat them.
Right.
I mean,
Jacksonville's been upsetting people. I mean, they got the Bills. I mean, they're not playing great ball, but they're that team now going towards the playoffs. That's just looking. They know they're not making the playoffs. They're just looking to upset and ruin people's seedings, ruin maybe knocking people out of the playoffs that are on borderline of the playoffs. So right. I mean, you make a big statement there with that, because that's what they're going to be doing. They're not going to be looking to like fold their season and keep moving. They're going to try. I believe they would try to win. I believe they're going to try to win and try to come out. I mean, they know they're not getting the number 1 overall pick because the Lions are locking that up. So, I mean, the Lions are 0-8 and Wood, something like that. Yeah. They might make a new record here and go. Oh, well, I guess they can't. That he would still be 0-16 because they tied that game. So they would do that again. So they would two-peat themselves.
Crazy. That's crazy.
It is. I mean, you think about it, they actually had a shot to be 0-17 here if they don't tie Pittsburgh.
Wow.
But
securing the number 1 pick.
They secured it. It's secured. I think it's secured because, I mean, I don't see them winning. But like I said, it's going to be something interesting to see here coming out of the Rams organization here, how they rebound and what they can do. Right. And hopefully they didn't put all that money out and we just see this team fall off the map before the playoffs, because I'm interested to see what they would do in the playoffs. And like, I don't think Matthew Stafford's ever played in the playoffs, has he? I don't think he has a playoff run in Detroit, because it's been a long time since Detroit's been there.
He does, man. That's the crazy thing.
Right.
So yeah, he could actually. I mean, it's a whole lot of variables to this, man. He could be out here playing like a deer in headlights. Like, I don't understand.
And that's always the thing too, is that he has the weapons around him, not used to it. I mean, we are week 10 though. Like we're going into week 11. So like I don't know how long it takes for that to sink in, that you actually have a good team, you have weapons, you have a defense, you have everything to go where you've never been. And that's all you got to do is make one playoff game and you've been somewhere you've never been.
Right.
And that, I mean, to me, it's like, it's got to be in the back of his head. Hey, look, do I got to put more work in? Do I got to work with my line a little bit better? Like, those things would come to my mind. Even though you've been in the league and you're an established quarterback, you still got to work. Like, that's what my thing. Like, a lot of these guys, they shut off after a while, stop putting into the craft, and I think that's where they start falling out. And he's got to stop making the dumb moves that he's doing, and he's got to, hey, look, I'm about to get hit. Let me throw this away. Instead of, hey, Jimmy Ward, here you go. Here's 2 for you, bud. Take 1 to the house.
Right.
Enjoy that fast food.
It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, but it's gonna be fun to see how they're gonna come out again. It's something that I'll be following closely to see. Definitely knowing that, you know, I got Rams fans that come to me and talk, and I like try to give them the facts that, listen, man, right, we beat y'all 4 times in a row when we didn't have a good team. We just turned around and did it again Monday night. So hey, you got to get yourself together, Rams fans. Got to get yourself together.
You got to do something. You better call. You guys need to write letters to the quarterback or something. Send them a whole bunch of mail.
Listen, take a page from my playbook. Take a page from my playbook as a 49er fan. I said this, and I'm going to keep saying it. If it takes for me to talk trash about this team, to take this jersey off, tuck it under a rock the way that I have been, and keep talking trash about my team, and they win, and they can win out and get to the playoffs.
I'm talking trash.
Count me in, G. Count me in. I'm all for it. I will talk trash to the moon. Hey, listen, do it. Listen, Rams fans, if that's what it takes, gotta do it.
Right.
Sometimes as fans, we gotta go that road, man. We gotta throw in the cards and just say, listen, we need help. We need help. It'll get
Help
put out there in the
me.
rim somewhere, man. Help me, please. Like, come on, man. So, hey, we got to do something.
Yeah, man. I think, God, it's such a weird situation. But going into this one was kind of like, it's kind of shocking here. Staples Center gets a new name. Like this is weird to me, and I like they paid a lot of money for this name. Yeah. I mean, a lot of money. You think it's like $7 billion or something like that?
It's 700 million, bro.
700 million. Close enough to $1 billion.
Million, bro.
I'm gonna let you run with this one.
I mean, I'm with you on this one. This was very shocking to me too. I mean, because all my lifespan, and I'm 40.
Right.
I've only known the Staples Center. I don't know anything else. The Staples Center is so iconic in the city of LA, man. Like, people literally go to LA and
take a picture with that thing.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
The tourist attraction.
But now we're getting ready to change the name to Crypto.com Arena. Like,
that don't even sound good coming off the tongue.
I get it. I get it. Crypto is the vibe now.
Right.
Crypto is the vibe. Everybody's invested in crypto. I mean, I did some investing in crypto a little bit, played with it. It's just a little bit too much for me at times, but I get that. But to change that name, to change a staple name like the Staples Center, man, where you had legends like Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I mean, Kobe Bryant, like all of these guys, legends playing that arena, has hosted so many big events in LA. Like, I mean, sold out shows and all of this stuff, man. To change that name, I don't know how that's going to set in, man. I don't even think that I could probably boot up the TV, watch a Lakers game and see that imprinted on the court.
Right.
Crypto.com Arena. Like,
it's weird. I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's a weird way of doing it. Like, I mean, call it, I can see like Crypto Arena, but if they add the .com to the back of that, it just messes it all up. I mean, but I get it. Like $700 million.
Yeah.
That owner just came up. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And I think that's what it is, man. It's how can we, I mean, I think that's what it gets down to is money. Like if money paves the way to everything. But I agree, man. This was when I seen this, when you had sent me the thing, I was like, what? And I went and read about it. I'm like, what? I was like, how? Like that's like Chicago or New York changing the name of their centers. You know what I mean? Like of their stadiums, like Madison Square Garden. Like if you can't take that away. Like if you change that name, like what?
Listen, I believe if you change the name of Madison Square Garden, Spike Lee probably would die on sight. I'm just saying,
bro.
He just is not gonna work, bro. Like,
Spike Lee's blowing it up, bro. Like
I don't understand. Like you can't do it, man.
Spike Lee's heart, his heart stops on a dot. Like as soon as they change the name, boop.
So, I mean, this right here is good. I mean, I'm lost for words, man. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be very hard to watch a Laker game, man.
It is. I mean, like as we grow up, that's what we know. You know what I mean? Like we grew up, that's all we knew. People before that, all they knew. You know what I mean? And like as you said, there's so many iconic things that have been done in that thing. Like you have, I believe Space Jams had a part in it. I think that had like a little cameo in Space Jams. So you have another iconic movie that was done there. Like you said, there's a lot of history, not even just the ball players, but like the movies that went on there, the events, like some of the biggest events ever.
I'm telling you.
Does it change what it represents by changing the name?
I mean, I wouldn't think it does, but it's just to know that. I'm kind of trying to look at it like this. If I'm Russell Westbrook or I'm LeBron James or any other Laker players or Clipper players or whatever, I'm driving to that arena knowing that I'm getting ready to play in one of the most iconic places in America, like, and knowing that I'm gonna hear not hear now, live from the Staples Center. I'm gonna hear live from Crypto.com Arena. Like that, just the ring of it is just kind of. I don't know if it shifts the mood or what. What now? I will say this: if they start to change stuff in there, oh, it's you can just throw the whole,
So
throw the whole thing.
our guy
away.
drunk in the chat said it sounds like a bargain bin name for a G League team.
Right, bro. Like
The D League name.
on. Like let's be real.
It does.
Like,
It really sounds like a sponsor, like the sponsors that they get on their jerseys. You know what I mean? Like Wish and some of the other things that they put on the jerseys. Like it's what like I don't know, man. Like if I'm like those players, I think I'm raising hell, bro. like if I'm LeBron James, like I'm LeBron, I'm Magic, like bro, are we really getting ready to play in a .com arena? After we pour our heart, our sweat, Kobe is locked in a legacy with 2 retired jerseys in the arena.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a name that like it was stapled.
Right. That's the point. That is the point, man. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? You paid this amount of money, but you just want to strip the name off of it. Dude, like it makes me, because I'm not even gonna lie, being a sports fan,
I'm not an LA fan at all. Like
it makes me want to try to get out there before the name gets taken off of it to get
a
my
picture.
so I can know. You know what I'm saying? Like I was here, bro. Like I got to see the Staples Center that's no longer, bro. Like it's crazy. It's just so crazy.
Do you think
man.
this? Do you like this is a question just popped in my head here with this. Do you think this starts a trend in the NBA or certain in any of these places that have like these names? Like we said, you got Madison Square Garden. Do you think it starts like they're getting paid? So this is where the money is in place. Like you got $700 million to change your names to some dumbass name. Do you think this sparks a trend?
To be honest, man, I really do. I really think it'll start a trend because I mean, look at it like this: the WNBA, they were already playing and they had the advertisement on their jerseys. Mm-hmm. Now we're starting to see that with the NBA as well. Right. So I think it does become a trend because companies are going to pay that money to get a part in, some type of advertisement. Right. So if there are companies out here like $700 million companies that want to put their name on something, I think it does become a trend. Now, will the actual people that are there now, like you said, the Madison Square Gardens, what's the other one? What's another one? Because I think Boston Gardens already changed, right? Because it's TD Gardens now. So I think you start to see if anybody tries to move into Madison Square Gardens and say, oh, well, we're going to pay you 1 billion to take that name off of there. I think it'll be a fight. I think with the city of New York, it'll be a fight. It's got to be a fight some type of way.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so weird, man. It's so weird because like, as we've stated that these have been like staples, literally staples in these places. Because I was like that when the Yankees made their new stadium. I was like, are y'all really going to take away like the history that was done inside that stadium instead of revamping it and just like fixing stuff that need to be fixing and be like, nah, fuck Babe Ruth, F him, F Mickey Mantle, F these guys that have been here and done everything here, they been here.
But I mean, you got to look at it like this, though, Shmeek.
It's a business. I get it.
They didn't do anything but move it to the parking lot. That was it. They literally built the new Yankee Stadium in the parking lot of the old Yankee Stadium. So it's just, I mean, yeah, they could have probably remodeled some. It probably would have cost them more. But, I mean, they're still... I mean, Babe Ruth and all those guys are still immortalized in the porch out there. They're still immortalized there. So I mean, with that doesn't really hurt it, and it's still called Yankee Stadium. Right. We're talking about changing the name. If you go to Yankee Stadium and you say, "I'm gonna pay $700 million to change this name of Yankee Stadium to,"
I'll tell you what, boy, that'd be scary.
.com. I mean. It's not gonna happen. It's literally not gonna happen. You probably will. You probably end up having people not show up for games because of that name of that stadium.
Right.
So again, we could possibly see that with the Staples Center being changed. I don't know. I don't know. It just, like I said, the crypto.com arena does not have a ring to it at all.
Crypto.com.
I'm absolutely sorry. I mean, no disrespect to anybody out here getting it in the crypto universe. Do your thing. I salute to you, but you could at least said, okay, we just gonna let the name Staples Center stay on there somehow and just twist it. I don't know. But you got to keep that. Staples Center had to keep that name. It's going to be real fun to see what this is like.
I can see somebody taking that name now and adapting it to their stuff. You know what I mean? Like they take the Staples Center, since it's no longer a name, they can use it. Right. You know what I mean? So can we see somebody else pick that name up and use that name? This could be a real mess. Like this could get serious because, like you said, if they go to the Yankee Stadium and they're like, "Look, we're gonna give you 1.5 million to put this name on here," and they do it, boy, they better get ready because New York is going to explode. Yes. Like it's
the Bronx will stand up, and I mean stand for real. And I'll be right there.
Burn it right now,
from North Carolina, baby.
They burned the stadium down. Like y'all ain't changing nothing. Right. There ain't no stadium now.
Right. Being a long time Yankee fan that I am, I might just throw the first Molotov. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, because man, it's such a weird time right now. It really is. Like the way things are changing. It's just like, what is going on in the world? The world's spinning, bro. Like it's spinning so fast you can't even catch it.
But again, like I said, I understand it. Crypto's the new vibe, man. And so, with them being able to pay that amount of money to get a name change,
that's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb money. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money. Like that's
crazy.
But then I think the price starts going up. Oh, they got them for $7. Oh, well, you want our stadium? We're gonna charge you this much, and like it's just gonna keep going up and keep going up.
Absolutely. That's a heavy price tag. So we'll see if somebody absolutely, because I mean, you very well could see this. Somebody come in, pay a little bit more money to put Staples Center back on there. I mean, that could happen.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
That would be a wild thing to see happen. I mean, there's probably, I know I'm not going to count that out because there's probably some super mega fan out there that's like, look, I'm rich as shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go offer that 1.5 to put that back up there and keep it there for life.
Yeah, for real. You very well could see that.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I just want to see where this goes. It's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Like 100%. You said, if it goes to Madison Square Garden, Spike Lee's dead, bro. That's the last. We won't see him produce another video, another movie. That man's head gonna pop, crackle, and snap. This is about to be. Oh my god! Like it's so weird. Like just thinking about it. Like I can just see that man. That man be on his knees crying, right on the center court, just out there crying in the fetal position. Balled up like no.
This is wild, man. Probably hire a team to come in and stop him from putting it down on the floor.
Like, nah, you can't take this. I can see people selling. I can see them selling the name too, like taking the name as it comes down and selling pieces of it. Like, because I mean, that'd be crazy memorabilia to have. Could you imagine having that part of that name, like the back of your room, just chilling?
100%, man.
But
again, it makes me want to fly out, man. Take a picture. Go ahead and get it.
That's what Drunken was actually just saying in chat. He was like, I gotta catch a Lakers game because I guess he's heading out to California next week. He's like, he's gonna catch a Lakers game so he can take a picture.
Yeah, snap a shot for sure, man.
Here we go. We get into our last topic for today. I don't even know if it's a topic. Thursday night football, Patriots versus the Falcons.
Wait,
I'm not gonna lie. I seen this topic. I didn't even want to put it up there. I wanted to go with something else.
So the question is, are you watching it? That's the question.
Absolutely.
That's the question I have for you.
I'm gonna sidecast it most likely. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I want to sidecast it. But I'm trying to do some stuff with sports. That's the only reason.
But again, bro, with the way the season's
Matt
going,
Jones is gonna bust their. We're not going backwards on this one. Matt Jones busting their butt. He gonna put them down, bro. No. Matt Jones threw for 300 yards in this game.
So do I need to ride with the Falcons on this? Do I need to go into a mode today and just start talking trash about the Falcons? And maybe we'll see a turn in their events tonight.
I don't think you can help the Falcons. They every one of the Falcons, that organizations, they need to go hug their mama and just hold on tight and just be cuddled. And they need to be, the mamas need to let them know, look, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna take a long time, but it's gonna be all right, baby. Because they are not beating the Patriots. Their Patriots are way too hot right now. This ain't going the way that the other stuff went that I picked right. It's not going that way. The Falcons are dead, bro. Like, they're done.
You don't think we see Kyle Pitts have a big game tonight?
No. You mean tomorrow? No. I don't see it. Like, there's nothing down there that even makes me want to. Like, right now, this is how bad this is down in Falcon country. If they're playing the Jags, I'm going with the Jags.
Wow.
That's how bad I feel it is down there. They're missing a couple pieces, but the coaching's bad.
You got to look at it though, Smee. This quarterback race is kind of tight right now though. I mean, Matt Jones is sitting on what? 2,333 yards on the season. Matt Ryan is sitting on 2,220.
How many touchdowns?
Matt Ryan has 15 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Matt Jones only has 13 with 7 interceptions. They kind of like the same.
I can't, man. I can't do it. You ain't swaying me. Sway. It's not happening today. It's not happening. I'm going Patriots, and that's my final answer. Matt Jones. We're going to see a game from Mac Jones that we ain't seen yet. It's going to be a highlight reel for that boy.
Oh, man.
Going to see Kyle Pitts drop the ball again like he's been.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. I just don't see the Falcons rebounding at all this year. They might win 1 or 2 games the rest of the season, and they're going to go pack their lunch and get ready for the draft.
I mean, they only after the Patriots, they take on the Jaguars.
And they're going to have a new quarterback next year too.
Yeah, right. They got to do something. They got to do something.
They got to clear the space. They have to clear the cap space.
They legit looking at the last part of their schedule. They legit have two wins, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, you got Jaguars and the Lions on that.
Okay, so they got 1 win guaranteed because the Lions ain't gonna win them. The Lions ain't gonna beat them. If the closest the Lions are gonna get is having another tie to a W. They're gonna teeter that line, and that's where the Lions stay. They don't get no W's, and they get the first overall pick.
Now they usually play the Panthers pretty well too. First meeting between the Panthers was only 19-13 to score.
Got Cam back, bro.
They still played them well with Cam, though, bro. They did. They played them well when they had Cam still.
Got a different coach. You got a Cam style offense now than Rivera's. You know, I mean, that factors a little bit. Like I said, I just don't think. I really just. It's a sad situation down there, but this falls on the owners and the GMs here with what they have and they had to get rid of. I mean. You got rid of a veteran leader and a wide receiver, Julio Jones, which he's doing pretty decent up in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. But that's a veteran guy that you have Calvin Ridley under. You have you have all them young receivers down there that don't have. I mean, Calvin Ridley's on the bye, so I think is he the oldest receiver that they have right now?
Yeah, I think so.
And
And
so
has he come back yet? I don't know
no,
if he's come back yet.
no, I think he was. I think it was a good. I think it was like an extended leave for. I think he had some mental issues going on that he just had to step away from the game. Which I'm happy to see a player do that
Absolutely.
and not put the game ahead of himself. Even though the game is his job and everything like that. Hopefully he'll come back. His mind will be better and he'll be a better football player.
Right.
But sometimes we see these guys that do what he did, like AB, bro. That boy went off the rocker and was almost out of the league. Luckily, he had somebody like Tom Brady around him that kind of like reeled him back in, threw the hook out there. It's like, look, boy, you're getting too far out there. Let me pull you back.
Right.
And it kind of helped him out. And to see these guys I mean, he's pretty young too, I think. So seeing them guys take initiative to their mental health and try to get that stuff fixed before they can concentrate on the game of football and not become a distraction to their team, I think that speaks a lot of volumes for him and what type of leader he is. And now you don't have him in there. You don't have Julio there. Who do you have to lead these receivers these young receivers if they're hitting a route wrong or they're not understanding how they need to come off the line and stick like. That's a big thing. Like that's what I said about Washington when they let Kerrigan go. You don't have any veteran presence inside there. It's all young guys in there.
Yeah.
And that goes a big way to have that inside a locker room. And I think that's what hurts this team is you got owners that got these contracts so messed up for the Falcons. Like Matt Ryan's contract, I think is still dumb. I think he still has a dumb upside down contract. You have these other guys that, I mean, they had an upside down contract with Austin Hooper, and I don't think Hooper's there anymore. I think he's with the Browns now. So the Browns had to eat his contract, part of his contract, and they're still paying him. The Falcons still got to pay part of his contract. So, I mean, there's just not the room they have is just, it's crazy to not see any money in there to be able to help these guys. Like, I mean, like I said, I feel like Matty Ice is at the end of his career, and I think it's one of those things. It's time for them to let go of him, or if you don't, you gotta restructure the contract. You gotta restructure his contract. Get yourself a young quarterback that can kind of learn from him, let him lead the way until that quarterback's ready, and then plug the new quarterback in and be like, Matt, thank you for your service, and be on your way with it. I think that's where it's at, and I think it's time to like seriously rebuild and get rid of what you have to get rid of to gain some space to get more players, because you don't have a lot of quality players down there. Like if your linebacker goes down, Deion Jones goes down, I don't think there's very much behind them.
Right. There. I mean, you can obviously see that they're suffering. So, I mean, again, it's. I think their problem is kind of like everybody else's problem. They're suffering. It's the ownership. It's ownership and money and all of that other stuff. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But I think one of the keys, and like you alluded to earlier, you get Matt Ryan out of there, maybe you start to see a change. Maybe you start to see a change. You see stuff go in an upward direction. But right now, without that veteran leadership being there for Kyle Pitts and all those other rookie receivers and young receivers, they're not going to be able to function. They're not going to be able to function the way they need to, especially not in that division. Who, like I said, got the Tampa Bay Bucks, who's loading up. You bring Cam back to the Panthers, so now it gets a little bit more tougher. Right. So now you need to be able to play a little bit. A little bit more.
Honestly, the only team that's kind of struggling out of that division right now is the Saints. I mean, they're. I mean, well, I can't say that they're the only team because the Panthers were struggling, but I think the Panthers are going to spin like you stated earlier. I think the Panthers are going to get on a little bit of a roll here. Hopefully, I would love to see it. Like that's what I want to see. Hopefully, it happens. But we already know what Tom's coming with. Tom's coming in. He got all the weapons in the world down there. So they really face this uphill battle, and the more they lose, the worse it gets. And like I said, this game right here, you got Matt Jones coming in, on a 4-game win streak here, coming off a really good game, and throwing 3 touchdowns. This guy's gonna be on a high. Like it's gonna be your defense gonna have to get to this guy and make him uncomfortable, because if not, he's gonna throw all over you guys. I don't think they have the corners in place to stop what that offense is doing right now. I just don't think they have what it's gonna take to beat the Patriots here.
Right. It's gonna be again. It'll be an exciting game to some to watch. I may give it a quarter, 2, but I'm not excited to watch this matchup at all. But again,
this is like the old Thursday nights we used to get. Instead of when they were actually putting, like this season, they actually put some really good Thursday night games together. But this is this is like a last year's game. Oh, let's put the two worst teams on Thursday night, and nobody watch it.
Right.
That's what it feels like. But I'm probably gonna watch it because I like to see if Matt can keep it up and bring it back. You know what I mean? That's what I want to really see. I want to see if that man can, if he can keep this roll going. And I honestly think he puts up another 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4. So
it's a good call. I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. I mean, like I said, again, this team, Atlanta's struggling. Jones, I mean, he's playing again. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Why not make it 5? Why not make it 5? So, and then we know Belichick ain't finna come in here and just slump out. Not on a Thursday night matchup. So, yeah, you might be right. The Patriots take.
So who you taking? You had a strong feeling earlier about these Falcons.
I mean, with the way the league is going, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't know.
It ain't gonna be this day.
Like, I mean, granted, think about it, man. Even at this point in time, like last year, we could probably tell you who was probably about to go to the Super Bowl, right? We don't even know that.
Yeah, you're not doing that this year.
Nobody knows, man.
Right.
You got a number of teams out here that's just week in and week out, they give you a whole different show. So it's like, I don't know, but with the way this is going, I'm gonna have to ride Pats, man. But something telling me Atlanta probably gonna get the upset.
We'll see. We're gonna see.
Man,
like I said, I gotta take Matt Jones on the ride with me. So I'm riding with him on this one. This man is playing phenomenal football right now. Like, I mean, playing really good. So I just, like I said, we got all the problems down there. That team's cruising. So I just don't, unless Atlanta comes in and they're firing all cylinders and something click for them. This is Patriots all day. This is gonna be the Patriots at least 35 points. They're gonna put up at least 35 right here.
Wow.
And it's not 35-7. That's going to be the score.
That's huge.
Man, it's Mac Jones season.
Get it. Let's get it.
That is the last topic for today that we have. We will be back next Monday, unless we get something scheduled out that we just pop in here. But right now, it's going to be Mondays, Wednesdays. We are looking to come together and do some sidecasts together, working on that. Got to just work with his schedule, my schedule, and get it put together. But I appreciate you guys in the chat being here. Appreciate everybody showing up. These have been fun. We will have episode 2 up tomorrow, probably, because I'm going to get to work on that tonight after I'm done with my kids and everything. So that will go up tonight. I just gotta cut it, render it, and you will have that up tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow morning. And then this one, what is today? This one will go up probably Saturday.
Probably
Saturday. Because I got other stuff I gotta put up tomorrow. So I gotta put this one up tomorrow, and then I gotta put up a CFM on Friday. Whatever. But make sure you guys are checking them out, and we will have next week. These will officially be hitting our own YouTube for the deep dive. We're gonna push all these over there, so you guys don't have to go search through my YouTube for them, because my YouTube's loaded with all types of different playlists and all types of different craziness. And So I'm figuring we get you guys loaded up. We'll have our own YouTube for it, where all episodes will go and be posted. So you guys can find them. You can watch them right through if you want. We would appreciate that view and the watch time. Just saying. But we will check you guys out next Monday. We will be on his channel unless something changes. We'll be over in Lions Den. We are rotating them back and forth right now. It's on a rotation. Monday's his day. Wednesday's my day. So we will check you guys out. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, yo. Salute.